Back at it out here at the collapsing corner store project. Made some good progress last time with more floor and demolition. Cut all this out at the end here. So a little bit of cleanup to finish down there. And need to clean all those pockets out where the joists had rotted away to pretty much nothing. We got a big stack of floor joists down there, so start wrapping those up at the ends. Start popping those in. So I think I'll head down to the basement, join Dave. Alright, a lot of clean out in these pockets. You can see, just a little bit of rotten wood left behind. That was the primary problem here. Almost every single end had just rotted away, and if you remember back some of the earlier videos, the original, before we really realized how bad it was, original thought from the architect was maybe bolt in a ledger to hold them, but then we discovered that the rot really is just too extensive for something like that, and the amount of time you would have spent lifting up every joist to get it level, that just didn't make a lot of sense, and a lot of them had some rot scattered through the middles. Although, like here, I mean, you can see the middle's pretty nice, but not there. A good middle doesn't do much good when you got bad ends at each end, so photographer Dave working over there hard too. So, yep, that's why we're replacing all of them. Gotta get those likes on Facebook. Oh, did you guys know we have an Instagram page? At Rebuilding Better STL, same as the channel here. Maybe we should have a Facebook page too. Think so? Should we have a Facebook page too?
No, we don't have one.
No, should we have a Facebook page?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I don't share as much to those as I should, but occasionally you get a little behind the scenes content, early content, a little extra good stuff. Go like it, subscribe, follow, do whatever you do on the socials these days. I don't know. I'm like almost 40. I'm too old to be talking influencer. Messy. I don't like it. That was some nice wood at some point. Ooh. That goes kind of deep. Ruh-roh. Pulling out the whole wall. Well, we got things cleaned up down here and getting the joists back in place, and got some tight pockets here. Two in a row. Ruh-roh. Need 18 joists or so. Well, we can't see it, but it's street sweeping day out there. Plenty of joists here. We need about 18 to finish off this side, so let's see if they can, a little leverage. Yep, there we go. Nice. Alright, I gotta keep wrapping. Look at all these nice new joists. It's the last pocket. We're gonna have to make our own. This is a choose your own adventure pocket up here at the front. We can chip it out. Or do something else. Next step, put a level. It looks pretty good, but they all need a little bit of leveling up. So, a few shims, some of them need a little knocking on the brick to make the top just a little higher, but they'll all come out pretty close. And then this beam we checked is lower up here, just like it was in the back, just not as low. So we're going to put everything together, and we're going to, when we put the new posts in below, raise it up to make it level. It'll all raise together just fine. Everybody will be happy. Something like that. I don't know. But we're also going to get the blocking going now. Blocking going together. Looks like I can just about go up top and get a sheet down. And we're actually still falling on 96 inches, even though these are all a touch different. It's working out. As usual, some of these joists have a touch of a bow. I can probably
Just push. No, I'll get it. Yeah, okay. All right.
There we go.
We got it. There we go. Perfect. That's why sometimes.
Just marking this out for the first sheet. The line we snapped ended up snapping 3 lines, like it does sometimes when you try to pull it way out over joists. So I'm just running the level along as a straight edge. Made sure it was a 90. Yeah, some of these had some decent bows. I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but there's a little bit there. Oh, what a nice view out this little window. And a nice full dumpster that's getting swapped out tomorrow for a fresh bin to fill up with the rest of the floor. Getting started here this morning with Subfloor. So I'm going to put the adhesive down for that guy. And we ran the next sheet out, and that was bowed. That joist was bowed out toward the front. These seem fine. So just going to pull the whole thing back with a strap, cut, using this 2x4 as a straight edge. And it really matters because that's the joist that the next sheet breaks on. So it should pull this whole thing because it probably bows all the same. We'll find out. Yep, it's definitely moving it. You need to reline up your end so we can see. Make sure that's lined up. Yep. So just want it straight across, and probably can't tell through the camera, but it looks like it's almost there. Oh, you're pulling the others. Well, they're only going to pull so far because the pocket will stop them.
It's straight now.
All right. So just measure that up and trim down the block. I don't know, that was probably close to a 1/2 inch. Oh, we're actually having a little trouble with that block still down there, so we're putting this first sheet down. It's been pulling the whole front section back, so that'll help rigidify, but we're also going to throw another sheet down, see how it looks on everything. One way or another, this is going to work out. Well, it turns out we got more than one error on the blocks here. We ended up strapping way back because we were pulling the whole left section forward. So now we got 2 panels down and right where we want it. But in the process of that, we pulled that apart because the first block centered there appears to be too short. So now we got to push these back forward to the front of the building. It'll all work out fine in the end. That's we talk about the joys of rehab all the time. Well, there you go. We got a slightly irregular layout, although it seems to be working out on our panels. I'll take that. Most of the time we're fighting complete unsquareness and you're cutting every one to different lengths and all sorts of stuff. We haven't had to do that yet here. Still plenty of time for that to happen. Okay, well, that'll work. Moved slightly, but it couldn't have moved that far. So, knock another block out and straighten this up. And, we can definitely get at least one more 8 on there. We're gonna have to make a new pocket up front here. Or something. And that beam end's got a problem. I don't know if we're gonna cut a chunk of this beam out from under it or just put a new post at the end potentially. There's some options, but that's a problem for another day. Ended up having to trim this guy back a joist. It fell right to the next joist, but not on it because they would throw the layout off when they would put in a double. We don't need a double here anymore. It was for supporting over here at the door opening, and they had full joists, so they just continued straight across. But that does make the layout slightly wonky. Whatever, it is what it is. That'll just be a partial sheet going forward anyway. So I think we can start on the next row. Gotta move some stuff, I guess. Well, the slightly wonky layout got us again here, but in an easy way. Just needs a bit of a trim there to fit half onto that joist. So we can take care of that, I think. We have the technology. Well, again, working with the existing layout here, it's just a hair long, so somewhere in here they're skipping around just a little bit, and whereas the first row they all landed perfectly, these are all just slightly off, but again, off in a way that we can easily work with. So I'll take it. And sometimes you need a little gentle persuasion. You bounced out down there a little bit. Pro tip here, we've shown this plenty of times and other people have as well. This isn't a new idea. Put a handle on your beater board. Makes life a lot easier. That's you're plenty good down there.
Yeah, I got tack this.
Plenty good. Yeah, well, I think you overdrew, but yeah. There. You don't have to drive it all the way home. It needs a little room. And remember to gap your ends just a 1/8 inch.
Thought the battery went dead.
1/8 inch or so. I don't think it is all the way in down there though.
I lost my battery.
Lost it. It's definitely still attached. You knocked it out down here. I'm not sure you even nailed into the joist down here. Yep, good.
This end good?
I don't know. Re-tack this end. That's why we usually put 2. Alright, that's enough of that. Well, some construction YouTubers build bridges between buildings. We build bridges in buildings. So we can still get to the front door. Until we cut that. Next step, we need to move those 2x4s over to here, which I guess we need to move the adhesive and stuff. That car sounds fantastic. Yeah, we'll pile those up over here and we can start cutting up over there. But I think it's about lunchtime, so we may go gobble down some food. Look at this beautiful floor. It's a shame we have to cut it up. It'd slide easier if there weren't 70,000 nails sticking up.
Only.
Well, we got some very important work now that the floor joists are all the way up. Got to rearrange the lighting down here. And of course it's also getting darker because we put the subfloor down. But with the lights moved, we can cut this side out. But before we cut this side out, I think we're gonna put these joists in where it is already out. So a little bit more work involved here. We gotta go around what was a window opening. Masons were over here. They finished up a couple days ago, blocking up all of the window openings, which really is the way to do it here. They were out in the sidewalk with hatches, well, most of them were scrapped over time by who knows who. So really not a great setup, and like that full door access, it's just not needed. So block them up, sidewalk can be re-poured outside, all good. But we still need to go around this here because it didn't leave us, well, I mean, maybe that is deep enough that we don't need to header that. If I'll have to measure that, see if we get enough bearing on that piece of wood that's left. Maybe that works out okay, because we do have full bearing down now. So I'll noodle on that. That would actually make it easier. I didn't think about that until just now. But we do need to header around that chimney regardless. And we need the double over here regardless for the stair opening, of course. So, yeah. About half of those joists, or 2/3 of those joists get returned because they're no good. But that should be enough joists right there to finish this spot out. And we also have a stack back there, but whatever. Oh, we can say goodbye to that dumpster. Fresh dumpster coming in. Or should I say bin or container? Dumpster is actually a brand name. Nice and empty for us. Got more floor to put in. More stuff. This, that, everything. Gotta lock the diff. That may be the cleanest bin that I have ever seen. Some people have sawhorses. Some people even have jaw horses. We have saw tubs. No, please don't. Your blades.
I just bent it.
Yeah, you're gonna need to see a doctor. Gonna need to see a doctor about that.
Yeah, but I can get that out now. It's loose.
Yeah, so getting the bottom of the steps prepped up and looking closely. There is some rot there. Shocking. So we're probably gonna need to do a little bit of I don't know what. We'll see. First we need to get the floor framed. So got a couple joists in here. Got 3 inches of bearing on there, which is plenty sufficient. So I'm just taping up some more joists over there. We can get our double in, and then double header across. We can probably get the joists in, but until we get up to the second floor, like we've talked about, we really can't get this high enough to get the subfloor in, but that's certainly better than nothing. These are some hefty nails you got there.
Cut them.
Yeah, I think you definitely need to cut those. Well, unfortunately we're out of time, but next time we'll be taking out the rest of this floor, putting in all the new joists, continuing the subfloor, maybe figuring out a little more of the stair situation. We'll see, but continued progress and getting closer and closer to finishing up the first floor. So, thanks for rebuilding with us. If you haven't already done so, smash that like and subscribe button, share it with a friend. Just be sure to cover your head in case anything falls. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time out here on the Collapsing Corner Store project.